Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video piece. Today's going to be another informational plant tour. There's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be talking about in today's video. First thing is going to be one of the biggest topics I've been doing on this channel is the fish tank ecosystem. I'm not going to be showing you guys the build so far, but I will be talking about it and kind of giving you guys an estimate of when the video should be out, because I do have even better estimates than yesterday's video. So, before we do go ahead and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go ahead and start today's video. So, first of all, I just want to talk about the video I filmed this morning. I filmed a video covering everything you need to know about running an aquaponics system and a lot of things I really never talked about before. So, if you guys want to learn some great things about aquaponics, please check that video out. You guys would be surprised with how much you will learn from that video. But, just talking about all the plants, I had noticed algae starting to form, which is not that great. So, just kind of algae. Well, first of all, I will say I am very happy because the water level seems to be a little bit lower in some spots that used to be very high. But there's also a lot of places where the water's even higher than it ever was. So that is a major problem. First thing is going to be right here where the bubbler is. I really realized the water is completely over the plant and it's kind of just really helping mold to happen. The roots are doing really good and they look incredible. So a little bit nervous on some areas, but just examining the roots even better. The roots are looking phenomenal. Let's check this. Those don't look amazing. But that's the same variety I was just looking at. Parsley, I've had a lot of success with that. Looks like we have a little bit of some algae growing on it. Same thing with that, more of like a root rot, which really won't really happen with like the amount of bubbles I'm putting into the system and air. Lettuce, let's see how this is doing. Lettuce looks really good. So throughout all of these, I will say probably my favorite plants I'm growing in here is going to be basil, parsley, oak leaf, tango lettuce, and red ruby lettuce. Out of all of those, I've had the best success with them, and they do tend to grow the fastest out of a lot of these. But I will say all of them are amazing, and I really do want to test these and just learn a lot more about these. So, yeah. So, let's go over to this area. And first thing I want to talk about is these sponges. So, I ended up getting these sponges from... Well, I actually got these kind of on sale. Just a cheaper variety. There we go. They're exactly like this, except we're missing the size. So now we got this like really extremely small just thing, and not the best. So that's going to be more on my side because I kind of knew they weren't going to be the best because they were so cheap. But guess I'm going to be sticking with this variety a lot more. But I wonder if these will still fit in the pods, especially the fact how they're like microscopic now. So, let's go ahead and talk about the plants. First thing is going to be oregano. The oregano is starting to die out, and usually red leaves are signs of like fungus and stuff in the plant. So, that is a problem. But I don't have anything to really say to that and help with that. So, I'm just going to kind of move on to these plants. We have dill and mustard. I really noticed the mustard is starting to put off kind of like vine sharp things. So that is interesting. But let's go ahead and go down here. We have the strawberries, and those are doing very good. I've noticed some red leaves on it. So that is interesting. But we will see how those do. And I do feel like they're growing really well. Then let's go over here and start checking out the strawberries. So far, I'm not seeing any germination progress, so that is sad. But I will say, the last time I did this, it took an extremely long time and a brutally long time to get these to germinate. So I'm expecting the same process this time. And you know what? I'm just going to say this now. I was going to plan to save this for the end of the video. But so I've really looked into starting like a business, growing a lot of crops. Obviously, I'm a little bit too young to start doing that, but I'm going to be working with these a lot. But I will say once I do start that, I'm going to start saving up through like Lego investing and stuff like that. And I really want to, like once I'm done with high school, I really want to start my own farm and really start to sell stuff. But right now I really want to work with the crops, because I asked myself the other day ago, if I could start this business in 2 days, what would be my go-to crops? And I said to myself, I would probably pick lettuce, a lot of different herbs, but microgreens would probably be a big one, and strawberries would probably be a great one for like indoors. I will say, with like how like, this isn't the best example, but like for an example, like vertical farms, with those using grow lights, and a lot of those on a lot of those farms kind of filing for bankruptcy, and just with price of like all the supplies and maintenance prices and all of that, it might not be the best thing for me to kind of invest in that area. But I would really like to have try to get a new piece of land, have an even bigger space to work with plants indoors and do kind of like a testing area and working with new methods, and then have a huge farm with a ton of greenhouses where I can grow stuff all year, because I am in the Missouri area. So that means more than half of the year it is brutally cold outside. And right now there's no chance anything could grow because it's just so brutally cold. So just really talking about a lot more plants right now. I will say strawberries would be one of the best because they last for such a long time. And like, to be honest, who doesn't really like strawberries? To be honest, I know a few people who don't, but to be honest, strawberries are amazing. But I do think if I would sell strawberries, I'd have to figure some better things out on how to grow them better, because this is the first time I'm really growing strawberries and forever. So then I'm also working with strawberries right here, blueberries, and both of those I got from actual seeds. Then we got two different types of flowers. We got poppy seeds, and then we got cosmos, which is right there. Then we got bunching onions, and these are starting to do very, very well. Then we also have rosemary, and I'm very, very excited and hyped about that for once it actually does start growing. Then this shelf is kind of wasted, but to be honest, I could probably move that to over there to really just try to save some power. But I will say both of these are doing very, very well, and I'm very, very excited about how those are doing. So these are going to be a new kind of way to grow lettuce that I really want to look into. And yeah, so if you guys have any advice for working with lettuce and growing those as best as possible, please comment that down. I'd really love to hear what you guys use to grow those as best as possible. Then for our biggest plants in here, I have 6 cucumber plants, 3 in each pot. Those are doing very, very well. Actually, those leaves don't look that great. So, yeah. Then we have broccoli. That's doing very, very well too. Going over here, this is kind of what I like to call the finale shelf. This is going to be a huge mix of a lot of stuff, and very excitingly, it looks like the cilantro is starting to grow their leaves. So, first thing we have is basil, then cilantro, oregano, parsley, 3 strawberry plants, and those are my biggest ones in here. Well, they used to be. And then celery and daisies. I ended up overwatering the strawberry plants for too long, and I just kind of killed the plants over time. It just really just kind of rotted the root structure away, and by the time the plants really showed signs of it, what was happening, it was too late. So that's just, it's a good learning experience. That's the way I'm going to put it at. So then for the biggest plants in here already is going to be the tomato plant, and that's actually starting to grow through the shelf, which is so cool. And then we also have sugar peas. Those are starting to kind of die out, but definitely growing a lot. So we'll see if those do flower in here, or if they will. We'll just see. Then we have more of a bunched up method of growing them. I do think the chances of this starting to flower is a lot higher than these, but I'm going to let them keep growing and we'll see what happens. Then with hydroponic growing, I'm growing strawberries kind of hydroponically to see how those do. And then I have tomatoes. those are doing very, very well too. And I do feel like now that they have a lot more space to grow, they're starting to thrive a lot better once again. And yeah, so I did end up moving the lettuce right there very, very quickly. And yeah, so this is gonna be the end of the video. So before I do go ahead and end this video, I do want to give an update on the ecosystem build. I'm hoping to have the video out by Friday. Just kind of keep your calendars. By the time the video does come out, it'll either be sometime between Friday at 10 a.m. To hopefully Sunday by 2 p.m. So just kind of keep your calendars in that like 72-hour area. So yeah, so this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss a video. And if you do like this video, please check out our other videos. We do post a lot of informational plant tours. One video every single day for informational plant tours. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.